Tim Twentyman and Mike O'Hara here with DetroitLions.com. And Mike, 100 days from today, Commissioner Roger Goodell will be on that stage in New York announcing who the Lions will pick with the 5th pick in the draft.
Well, and then people who watch this later, it's 99 days, so don't make us obsolete coming out of the gate, okay?
Well, they can track down from today, you know.
Well,
but it's 100 days
sure.
from now, and, you know, it's mock draft season, and they're starting to come out. You know, one that a lot of people look at early is Gil Brandt. He's a personnel guy,
yeah.
You know, with the Dallas Cowboys for so many years, and really well respected in this league. And he's got the Lions selecting Dee Milliner, the cornerback from Alabama, with the 5th pick. Just your initial thoughts on that.
I get that because I think cornerback is a real position of need, but I think it's too high for Dee Milliner. And I get the people out there who say draft for need, but you can't start taking lesser players, especially at the top of the board. I could be wrong, but I see Milliner more as like a 10 or 15, number 15 pick. Whoever the best pass rushing defensive end, and plug him in there, whoever you think it is, that's who I would draft. Would it kill me if they took Warmack, the guard from Alabama? It wouldn't kill me. I think it would be a good pick, but you can't do that. They've got to work on the defense. There's no such word as defense, okay? It's defense. All you people out there, defense. Got it?
So you would like Daniel Jeremiah's mock draft from NFL.com, who had DeMonte Moore, the defensive end from Texas A&M, who a lot of people think kind of reminds them of Aldon Smith, the spectacular pass rusher from the 49ers. He's got the Lions taking Moore at number 5, and I think I agree with you. I think that defensive end position, this is a team that likes to throw the football and get after the quarterback, and I think they're going to really need a pass rusher, an elite pass rusher. I thought their defensive ends really underperformed this year. Cliff Averill, Vanden Bosch, and the 2 backups, Willie Young and Lawrence Jackson. We didn't see much of Ronell Lewis. I thought that was a really underperforming group along that defensive end. They need some young talent. They need some fresh talent. If they can get an Aldon Smith type, I'm all for that.
Well, I projected Aldon Smith as the Lions pick that year he came out, and the 49ers got him. They picked a good year to be worse than the Lions and draft ahead of them. And so, no, that didn't work out. But no, look, Cliff Averill is a good defensive end. He's really a good defensive end, and he is sort of flatlined at a good level. He's going to get you 10 sacks a year. You need somebody who's going to get you 15 or 18 and just constant pressure, and if you get that, then you might get more. So they've got to get that pressure from the outside and maintain the push they have up the middle.
I think that's one of the greatest points that you've made on our little show here.
I hope it's right.
On our videos. Well, because I agree with you 100%. You know, I think you're right. You know, Cliff Averill is a 10-sack guy, and to me, he's a really, really great number 2 guy.
Yeah, second banana. That's okay.
And you need that guy who's a 14, 13, 15, 16, and can peak out at an 18 in some years. I think you're right on with that. I think they need that type of guy, and that's a real need for this team.
You know, and they need Nick Fairley up front to report to camp in shape and play that way all year, not just give you 8 good games, but give you 16. I thought Ndamukong Suh had. I thought his 3rd year was more impressive than his rookie year. I really did. He didn't have quite the same numbers, but I thought he played steadier football all year. And then, however you rebuild the secondary, you rebuild it. And I don't know how you do it.
Real quickly, Mike, you know, coaching changes that this team made on Monday. Curtis Matkins comes over from Buffalo. He's going to be the new running back.
Matkins.
He's going to be the new running back coach, and he's got a unique title, run game coordinator. I've never heard of this before.
Well, I have, unfortunately, and Kippy Brown was the passing game coordinator in 2008.
Wait a minute. They didn't win any games in 2008.
Yeah. So let's just forget about that. I think they need help in the running game, however they do it. But you know what they need? I keep going back to the expression that Martin Mayhew made in his season-ending presser, with the media. Interior pressure. Where is interior pressure? Center guard. That's interior pressure. No disrespect to the guys who played those spots, but those are the positions I keep my eyes on this entire offseason.
Average yards per carry up the middle for the Lions this year, 3.6. Everywhere else, over 4. So that says something too.
And plus big runs too. How many 3rd and 1 runs when they're really trying to ice the game? What they call the 4-minute offense. Were they unable to do it? That's, to me, pro football is big throws and short runs. That's how you keep the clock going and win games. And they were deficient in the running part of it.
A couple other moves. Bobby Johnson comes over from Jaguars. He's going to coach the tight ends. Former tight end coach Tim Lopano, he moves over, gets a dream job of coaching Calvin Johnson and the wide receivers. And then the Lions promote Jeremiah Washburn, who's been an assistant offensive line coach for 4 years. He's now the head position coach there. Just quickly, your thoughts on some of those
there's
moves.
Nothing sexy about this, but I went back and thought about this, and Marty Morningwig comes as head coach and with the West Coast offense. I said, did I say wet toast again? Didn't work, you know. Roman candles went off when he arrived. I remember Mike Martz. Roman candles went off. Didn't quite work, although John Kitten had, you know, 2 4,000-yard passing seasons. So it's not the big names that you add on the coaching staff. I mean, there are guys who are out there hot candidates, so I'm not saying you don't do that, but the proof is in what happens on the field. We'll wait and see.
Jeremiah Washburn, probably the most important of those changes, because like we've talked about here, that interior offensive line and how they reshuffle that. Look, this isn't going to be the same offensive line we saw last year. That might be the most important one of all.
The glasses are off for a reason. The most important position, coach, in pro football is the offensive line, because the offensive line is the tempo setter. It's the heartbeat of a team. That's the important one. We'll see how it works.
You know, obviously there's one more move still to be made. Lions need a special teams coordinator. They'll probably get that shaked out over the next week or two. Mike O'Hara and I will have it all for you. We'll keep you updated on everything off-season on DetroitLions.com.